Rodrigo Piñeros, and I am currently a student at Texas A&M University. I am a sophomore pursuing a Bachelor's of Environmental Design in hopes of also pursuing a Master's of Architecture in order to become a licensed architect in the future. I received the Pat Yates Spillman Scholarship.
Hi, my name is Deanna Onda, and I'm a current fourth-year student at the School of Architecture at Oklahoma State University.
Hi, I'm Cassidy Jones, and I am the 2020 McDermott Travel Fellow. I graduated last June 2019 from the 5-year Bachelor's of Architecture program at the University of Oregon, and I'm going into my second year as a professional.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Dvorak, and I am the 2020 Bill Millsap Fellowship, The Art of Landscape Architecture recipient. I am also currently a 5th-year landscape architecture student at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and an intern at SWA Group's San Francisco office.
A little backstory of how I became interested in architecture is the fact that my mom is from Mexico and my dad is from Colombia. Although it was a financial sacrifice when I was younger, we experienced a lot of trips to these countries, and I really realized the poverty that some of my family members and even friends lived in. As a result, I began designing homes that I wanted to see my family live in, ones that had a unified living room and even a functioning kitchen. From this day onward is where I began really passionate about architecture, and I began looking into the career, and I have not changed my mind since.
To tell you a little bit about myself first, I was born in Houston, and my family is originally from Ecuador, where that's how we speak Spanish. We speak both Spanish and English at home. And I've moved around a lot throughout my life. I've lived in Madrid and I've lived in Istanbul, and I'm very thankful for these experiences that I got to have due to my dad's job, which really is what helped push me into architecture, as I was exposed to different cultures and different forms of architecture and just different ways of living, which is really fascinating. And this is something that I really try to incorporate in all my designs where possible. I really try and target including equitable design as well as universal design, and trying to make the space and all of the spaces as inclusive as possible. I think it's really important for the user to feel it as if they're important, no matter the disability or no matter anything that they may have that is different, and that everyone can truly experience the space in the same way.
I picked my major on a complete whim actually, but the more I've learned about it, the more I've realized it was completely meant to be. My dad is a small-time contractor, so I grew up going to job sites with him after school. And my older brother used to like to run wild with the power tools, but I was always fascinated by the blueprints. I've always had a deep appreciation for any and all forms of art, but have also always excelled in math and knew I wanted to do something technical and professional. So for me, architecture was the perfect blend of these two. In my opinion, architecture is the opportunity to quite literally shape the world around you, to help make it a more equitable and accessible place for all. It is the opportunity to think sustainably about how we can be designing green buildings to help combat climate change, and is the opportunity to create beautiful spaces to help bring people together.
I would like to thank my mentors Jim Lee, Margarita Hill, and Ellen Burke for their guidance. But most importantly, I would like to give thanks to my father, who, while not in the design profession, inspired me to become a landscape architect through his native wisdom and love of mountain air.
Is one of the things that I've done in my college career that I'm most proud of is, alongside a great team of co-founders, we started an organization for women in design. It's called The Almighty S, and we now have 50 active members. And our goal is to celebrate, empower, and support women, and we've done this by creating a variety of workshops and constantly meeting with our members and uplifting each other, and really showing that as women, even though we are, there's less of us in architecture, so we felt as if it was important to create the support system. We also have plenty of men members, which is just as important, which help us kind of educate about the importance of being aware of these inequalities, which we feel as if is very important.
I think every once in a while you have one of these projects that just has a great program, whether it's any of the projects I got to do in school or one I got to do as a summer intern. My small intern group and I got to work directly with a client that runs an organization called Uncaged, which helps combat sex trafficking. We got to design and program what they call a sanctuary site, which is where these girls would go after they've escaped this trauma. They would get therapy, re-education, and learn life skills to help them successfully reintegrate into the rest of society. This project was so meaningful for me to be a part of, because I realized I was shaping a space that would have a huge impact in these girls' lives. And it was also a great reminder for me of the responsibility that everyone in this profession has. It is our job to think about how we can make places better, how we can make our project better, how we can make the world better. When you're designing something that will stand, hopefully, for decades, you have to do the project justice and really think about the impact it's going to have. The environmental impact, the social impact, the community impact, and the impact it will have on the users inhabiting the space.
In the future, I would like to establish my own firm that focuses on affordable housing and community projects that would benefit my local community. This scholarship provided me an opportunity to continue my education, which is one step closer to achieving my goal.
Just to touch on my future goals and what I wish to do, I want to go and study a master's focused on equitable design, and then later receive my license in architecture after studying for that, and eventually open my own firm and be able to really push these practices of equitable design and inclusivity into my designs and into my firm.
I mentioned earlier that we have the opportunity to bring people together. And I think in order to bring people together, you have to know where they came from. Which is why for my fellowship, I propose to go to either side of the Aegean Sea, Greece and Turkey, and to study how architecture has developed differently due to these countries' different cultural histories. For me, this award is a chance to immerse myself in a culture I've never experienced before, to get to see how we're different, to see how we can learn from each other, and to see how we're the same.
This fellowship is a great honor and award. With it, I'm able to pursue my ideas and thoughts about the intersection of art and landscape architecture to a level of detail that wouldn't be possible without it. Receiving the award also demonstrates to me that the profession is still concerned about issues of social justice in addition to environmental and political considerations.
This scholarship meant a lot to me because growing up, I did not have the opportunity to save money to fund my college education. So it served as a reminder that if you're really passionate about something and if you work hard for it, no financial circumstance can get in the way of achieving your goals.
Thank you again for this award, and I'm very honored.
I am so excited for this opportunity, and I'm so grateful that I got chosen for this award. And I'd like to say a big thank you to the Architectural Design Exchange for making this all possible.
Thank you.